In order to go somewhere you've never been, you need to become someone you've never been. If you want to go to the next particular level financially, in your business, in your career, whatever it may be, you can't stay the same. And beliefs are the building blocks of your reality. So the first thing that's going to have to be replaced is your beliefs to rebuild the new reality that you're going to be walking in.
I believe that holding tight to beliefs that don't serve us can only mean that we are the ones serving them. When your thoughts, actions, and whole lifestyle is determined by beliefs, and these beliefs don't help you to feel empowered, it's like you're pouring poison into your own glass of water, thinking it's medicine. You think these beliefs are something that helps you to stay safe from the perils of the world and the complicated journey, when they are absolutely the worst possible modern god you could be praying to. It's fear. Walking your own path is painful. I know. Nobody knows what you go through on a daily basis. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of beauty and trauma mixed together in many different ways in your life. And in a sense, that's pretty isolating. This feeling of never being able to experience the world through different lenses. It's always you, and empathy only goes a certain distance. But I believe that this is not entirely true. I believe we do have the choice to see the world through different lenses, because I believe we have the option to die to our former selves in such a way that we can't even relate to the old beliefs we held before. And if beliefs are the building blocks of your reality, that means you can also change your reality. But before you even do that, I think it gotta be clear that, as it is right now, you might believe in too many lies. I think we've all been deceived real hard in our lives. Everybody really, but especially us artists. Depending on where you grew up, there's this whole idea that pursuing an art career is pursuing starvation. And I think that's a very fucked up way of externalizing the disdain most people have for art as a whole. You see, for most people, art seems to be an unpragmatic thing, something useless. For most people, it's fine if you have art as a hobby. Most seem to agree that hobbies don't need to have direct usefulness in your particular life, but when you identify yourself as a full-time artist, suddenly there is some type of disdain that blooms on others. Because there's this whole idea that you're doing something useless and unappreciated. Even if people respect you for your accomplishments, even if you're a wealthy artist, there's always some glimpse of misunderstanding about your purpose and work's value. Somehow, in a world in which content is consumed by everyone, and in which art is directly involved in pretty much all of our leisure activities, most don't understand the importance that art does have. And that's due to them lies. All them lies that they've told us, directly and indirectly, that art is not to be taken seriously. That if you are a good artist, that's a gift you should nurture, but oops, you should have a 9 to 5 first, am I right? That contemporary art is stupid, and even my child could do that. That you should draw this, or you should make music like that. This kind of mind programming is quite real. I believe some of it is intentional, and some of it is not. And that's a fairly difficult topic to talk about, because if I'm telling y'all what the lies are, I should be smart enough to at least tell you what the truths are, right? But truth be told, and that's a pun right there, I don't know the truth, but I do feel the truth. If you're watching this, chances are you are an artist of some kind. It doesn't matter what medium you're in, what your style is, if you've been doing this for decades or for days, if you give a fuck about art, it means you know this feeling. The feeling that it somehow pushes people to a better place, that art helps to glue the world together, and that it is immensely important. Yes, it can have practical value too. As I told you, art is involved in all of our modern escapisms. Movies, games, YouTube videos, books, none of that stuff exists without direct involvement of art. But there is something deeper than that, something that lies underneath the surface. There's something eternal about creating and consuming art. And that's an important point I need you to hold on to as we move on. In the meantime though, while you're thinking about it, I just wanted to take a moment to say that if you're enjoying this content and would like to support my work, please consider liking this video and leaving me a comment. And if you'd like to see more of this, subscribe to the channel. I also do commissions and personal art tutoring sessions, so please feel free to contact me in my social medias. Links are in the video description. Thank you. Now, back to the video. The more I understand my life revolves around art, and not only from a professional point of view, but in a broader, existential way, the more I detach from my truths about art. In a certain way, detaching from the truths is also detaching from lies. I've been encountering myself every day more and more in the perspective that everything we do in life is a gamble, unless we are very intentional and confident about ourselves. I'm a firm believer that we become what we already are, and that if we deem ourselves to be already immensely creative, successful, and fulfilled as artists, the world has no chance but to conform to that and show you signs of what you already believe in. It's a fine art, in a sense, to be someone else inside your mind. It's not a matter of faking it till you make it. It's about believing and proving to yourself first before the world proves it to others. And all those limiting beliefs we have about the art career, mainly the lies we're told and that we take as absolute truths, I feel like all these things hold us back tremendously. And that if we're determined to do this the hard way and fall for this discourse, we're better off not living our passion at all. Because if you do believe it's an incredibly hard, difficult path, if you do believe it's really that rare and difficult to become a successful individual in your endeavor, then you're basically asking the universe for you to be the chosen one. And if that's the process you're going to internalize and so many people are falling for the same lies, it means many are asking for the same thing. And the bad part about asking to be the chosen one is that there can't be many of them. What I'm trying to say is, even if some struggles are extremely real to you, there's no saying in what actions you need to take to become a successful and fulfilled artist. That is up to you. But I don't even believe in planning actions for the journey. I do believe though in a strong feeling for what it really means to you, and the confidence that things will be alright, and that others will start to see you through different lenses at the moment you start seeing yourself as the empowered artist that you already are. And this is more than some mystical type of belief. Our brains are literally wired to filter our reality based on what we pay attention to. And everything we focus on stems from our beliefs. So, how do you live a life without predetermined truths? If life really is dictated so much by one's beliefs, how having no beliefs about the art career is supposed to help someone having a fulfilling life with it? That's precisely my point. If you're not told what you must do, it can only mean you can do anything. Whatever you create, there is going to be a public for it. You might not find this public immediately. It might even take some years, but it is somewhere. There's 8 billion people in this world. It's safe to assume at least a bunch of them will resonate with you and with what you have to show them. Most people who you know are not really into abstract art, but this doesn't stop some abstract artists to thrive and live a very fulfilling life. I'm not really into death grips, but I do understand why it might be appealing to the guy next door. And I don't really watch much theater, nor operas, mainly because we don't usually have this kind of stuff here where I live. But these art forms have outlasted most art forms we know today, and a lot of people are willing to find new talents in this medium. And whatever it is you have to offer, you'll find people willing to learn it, so teaching is also a viable option if you are into that. The point is, you can do anything. There's no rule set to what you can or should do. There's no limit to the human potential, and no destiny is set in stone. Some wit and persistence helps a lot, but passion alone guides you through more beautiful paths than you've been led to believe. This is the kind of perspective that brings joy to my life, because it resonates with a side of my soul that I thought I had long lost. That naive part of me that only really wanted to express myself and make cool things. That childlike self who didn't overthink the steps to get anywhere, and who was very content to live imaginatively. Because if you think thoroughly, isn't that the reason we search for things in our material world? To feel the things we want to feel. So if you convince yourself that you can do anything, the feeling of this certainty has no option but to manifest in your life, and people will eventually catch up to that. I hope what I had to say today didn't sound too weird and far-fetched to you. And I would love to hear your own opinions on that too, so please feel free to share them in the comments. But if what I said has helped at least one of you to feel more empowered about your art career, my job here is done. That's what makes the act of making these videos so worth it in the first place. So, at last, thanks for watching this video, and may art continue to delight you. Peace.